but I will have to continue. Because when we live here, we must know that we have a role to play. Ghana football, therefore, needs to rebuild its foundation through a clear pathway of participation, identification, development, competition, progression, elite transition, and professionalism. Every stage must have standards, data, and qualified people, and, of course, key amongst it, accountability. And this matters because the strength of our domestic football system will ultimately reflect in the strength of our national teams. Yes, we should celebrate every Ghanaian excelling abroad, but we must never allow foreign-based talent to become an excuse for a weak domestic ecosystem. A strong league must produce players, coaches, referees, administrators, football intelligence, commercial value, and excitement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me to the very uncomfortable question. A new Ghana Premier League season is about to start. Who exactly are we asking Ghanaians to come and watch? Who are we asking Ghanaians to come and watch? When Club A comes against Club B, when Club C comes against D, when E comes against M, who are we asking Ghanaians to come and watch? Who is the star? Who is the player every child is talking about? Whose jersey do young supporters want to buy? Who is the personality on the billboard? Who? There was a time when Charles Taylor was an attraction. Are they lie? Don Bote was an attraction. Melado was an attraction. Stephen Odro was an attraction. Supporters knew the characters of the league. They were heroes. The rivalries was deep. And the personalities, as I've mentioned, could be identified. Today, there's much media presence than maybe we had. There are many other platforms we could use to do this. But who are they? Where are they? Why are we hiding them? Or we have not been able to produce them? But we still have talented players. I dare say. We have them today. But maybe we are failing to deliberately create stars. Because we have them. And that is where I'm looking at us and also our partners, especially the media. What we do. We don't expect anybody to come and create them for us. We have to create them. So that partnership is not just between the GFA and sponsors and maybe GFA and government, but it is between us, amongst us, the various units, to be able to work assiduously, even as we have the rivalries, to work intentionally to be able to create these stars, because it will help the system. It should not be that because the star being created, which of the teams are no longer really, so that I can mention them, use them, not the ones that are still in competition. So the minister don't stand like, maybe because the star that is being created is in Voradep. And it means that Voradep will, so let's work to drop it down. No, it will not help the system. Club rivalry does not mean we should not work intentionally to create the stars that keeps sports and football development along, that builds the interest of local support base. We have to be intentional. Mr. President, I didn't come last year, so I'm combining the last year, what I should have said, with this year. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot sell a league without selling its character. The characters is what helps you to sell the league. And that is why I say we must be intentional in creating those characters. Then we can sell. Then we know that if we are going to start a league, the young people will be looking for some jerseys. I remember I was in Bishop Hema. My club played against another club and we lost. Not a Ghanaian though, not a Ghanaian club. The whole day, students who usually don't joke with dining time, I couldn't eat. That's how I felt. Do you think we can still create that kind of atmosphere today, that a club from Ghana will go and compete and not win, and the student at secondary school level will be so touched that the student will go without food? We are capable of doing it, but we need to change our ways. We need to change our ways. Otherwise, we will continue to wish. We'll draw all the programs and continue to wish, but it will not appear. You see, magic doesn't exist in football. It doesn't. You have to work your way through. When we discover an exciting young player, do we build his profile, tell his story, connect him to the supporters, market his personality, and increase his value? Or we are simply waiting for the next foreign club to make an offer? We are asking ourselves, including me, the minister. We are asking the media, all of. Selling players is not the problem. I'm not here saying selling a player is the problem at all. Ghana, and I want to encourage it, that we must do more in that area. But the process should be identify, develop, that we must do more in that area. But the process should be identify, develop, play, market, increase value, transfer intelligently, and reinvest. This is what I wish we do. Too often, ours is identify. Yes, we do identification. Then we play. The next moment, we receive an offer. We sell. And we begin looking for another player. We have to add the other ones also. It is important. Because football must not just survive, but it must develop. Because when it develops, look, the economy turns around. Those of you who were not with us during the World Cup and you were in Ghana, that short period, you saw what was happening in the country. So you can imagine if we can create a quarter of that atmosphere every midweek and weekend, how the economy will be stimulated. So I'm taking your time, but, well, I have to say it. Because this is Congress. I hardly get you together like this. And so, once you have invited me, and thank God, today I didn't take up any other responsibility, and I'm here with my brothers and sisters, I would have to say it so that together, by the time we leave here, let's see what we can do. Let's see what pressure we can bring to bear also. I want you to challenge me. When I say me, I mean government also. To do what we must do to make sure things get done for the good of all of us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I respectfully challenge our club owners. Many of you invest enormous personal resources into football, and government recognizes that sacrifice. But we must ask, what exactly are we building? A team or an institution? An institution builds assets, supporters, brand equity, academies, facilities, player contracts, data, digital audience, commercial partnerships, merchandise, history, and community relationships. If the only asset we are building is the next player we intend to sell, our clubs will remain financially fragile. They will be very, very, very fragile. We need to make sure we help develop the other facets so that even if there is no player to sell, the other units will be working to generate so much for us, and we will not be fragile. I don't want us to see a fragile football in maybe 5 years, 10 years' time. If we follow what it is we have identified, I believe we will get there. I believe strongly that we will get there. Government, working with the association and corporate partners, deliberately helped create an intervention that provided support to the Premier League clubs. We supported efforts around broadcasting and helped improve the championship reward from what it used to be to a higher level, though not yet fully delivered in terms of the prize money yet. With cash rewards that is expected to extend to virtually every participating club according to your position on the league table. This I believe, were deliberate interventions because we believe that domestic football deserves investment. But we must ask ourselves, what did that support build? Did they build a commercial department, a supporters database, a system, a stronger player contracts, an academy, a club shop, digital ticketing, or better content production, or a new revenue stream? What did they build? This season, if we may have to do something, each club will have to be able to report what we are able to build to change. The other time, I witnessed a heavy criticism of myself and, by extension, the leadership of the FA, that we didn't ask for anything when we introduced support. But the people didn't know that what they were asking us to ask of you, the clubs, was asking for another load on a load that we thought was too heavy, for which we wanted to reduce it by bringing in that support. We didn't want to do that. The intention was to minimize the load. But in minimizing the load, we want to see you walk faster. And out of walking faster, we'll get to a point where we may even run and reach our destination much earlier, and we can choose to crawl, and things will be coming on its own. Ladies and gentlemen, that investment entered the club system, and the institution looks exactly the same at the end. Then what we did was that we financed the season and not transformation. Like I'm saying, we want to see every financial support that goes into the clubs as funding transformation, not a season. Government, together with the management, cannot continue to provide this kind of funding year after year if we don't see that level of what? Transformation. And the question must become, again, as I asked, for every CD we help put into football, how much new value that football itself generates? Because I know, I've been to programs where I know that for every $1 that government invests, research is there, into sports, it returns about $3.25. So it means if we invest $1 and we guide it appropriately, we will be getting about 2.3 in return as gross profit. So there is something good in investing in sports, especially football. So let's carry it through and let's begin to see that. So that next time we approach the corporates to come on board, we have something to demonstrate and to be able to invite them to, we can increase this add-on. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to help. We need to help. We complain that Ghanaians do not attend local football. But supporters do not owe football their money. No, they don't. Football earns their attention. So we must create that so that we earn. People will be willing to travel and follow you everywhere. They will plan. Mr. President will bear me witness. When we went to Kansas to play our round of 32 game against the Colombians, we engaged some of them. You know what? They said at the last World Cup, immediately it ended, they started saving towards the next World Cup. Wherever it will go, they will go. Do we have that kind of environment? We need to create it. It can't appear as magic. It has to be created. You, him, me, the camera people at the back there, the media, all of us would have to work in tandem to create that kind of atmosphere. It's not a one woman or one man's job. Our league is competing with the English Premier League, the Championship League, TikTok, streaming platforms, gaming, and every other form of entertainment available on the mobile phone. We are competing with all these platforms. So don't think you are alone. That is why you must do things to attract. Have you seen any butterfly move to any plant without flowers or fruit? So you need to create something to attract them. They don't owe you. We actually have a responsibility towards them. So can we do the reverse osmosis and not behave like the normal osmosis? So once there's concentration here, you draw the weaker, you draw the water into where? No. We have to do reverse osmosis now. So for me, fan engagement cannot simply mean putting out a poster 2 days before a match and asking people to fill the stadium. No. These days, the competition is so much. Because he will choose to stay at home. And just press is something, and there are many channels. So if you want him there, you have to do something more. Please. Don't let me bore you. I have a lot more to say. Let me tell you. I have a lot more to say. How many clubs know exactly how many supporters they have? How many clubs know exactly how many supporters you have? Where they live? How many attended 5 matches the last season? How many are paid up members? How many are season ticket holders? And how many live abroad? What do they buy? What is their value to the club? Ladies and gentlemen, if we cannot measure our audience, how do we sell that audience to the sponsors? How do we sell that to the sponsor? If you want me to put something into, I attended another program also in UK. You know what? There's this car washing bay that sponsors a club. And anytime the club wins, it says the fans, the supporters, will come and wash their cars for free. And you are a fan of a club, and you get to know that this washing bay supports your club, and you go there after every victory to do that. The next time the club is not playing and you want to wash your car, you also go there. But this time, you pay. So there are many ways they use to also make money for their sponsors, and their sponsors plowing back to support the clubs. But we need to have the data. You need to know where they are. Look, we the politicians, we know what category of supporters. If we want, you saw recently when one of our colleagues had issues, they entered somewhere and a young lady came and demonstrated very clearly. Because we know where to go. Clubs must know where to go to get their people also. Where they live, you must know them. It's important. It may cost you something today, but it is important. Anyway, we are, House and Kotoko, you used to have bases. Now we have lost those spaces to shops and the rest. But we need to create others under 3 club meeting, supporters meeting points. We've lost those spaces. But we need to create them. And gentlemen, our greatest untapped asset
89
is sitting in the lower divisions. The 2s, the 3s. Many Division 2 and Division 3 clubs still possess genuine community connection. The players come from the community. Their parents, schoolmates, and friends are there. The coach is known. The local business know the club. That connection happens naturally. But are we sustaining it? There's one club. It entered the Premiership the last time. And the energy it generated in the community. Wow. But I don't know how we handled that, whether the energy was too much for the club or we failed to manage it and is disintegrated into thin air. This should not be happening to football. Maybe we failed the club. Maybe, I must admit. As minister, maybe we failed that club. Maybe as management, I don't know what we did behind the scene. Maybe seeing that energy, we should have approached to help and see how we can work to sustain it and turn it into a competition for another club around, and it becomes infectious. Maybe, I don't know whether this season we have some new entrants that will be generating a kind of energy around. We need to be watching so that intentionally we find a way of sustaining it and letting it become infectious. That's how political development has become infectious. That's why you see your MPs doing the same thing around. Because one person does it, the next constituent starts demanding that they want to see it, so you are forced to do. And then it becomes a national agenda. So I say this, so you allow yourself to also listen to management. No single person know it all. We would have to help each other. I'm speaking this because this is the second Congress that is happening, and as minister. So I've seen a few. Maybe if I had come last year, I would just come and wish you well and go quietly. I know because I wasn't talking much sports in my past life. Little was known of me about sports. But, well, leadership is what I'm supposed to offer. I believe we can make it. I see the faces here. I see the intentions of leadership, that we can make it. We can turn Ghana football around, and we will be greater than any nation on the continent and even beyond. We can do it. We can do it. We inherit community loyalty almost for free, and then we fail to preserve it. Why should somebody who attends 15 home matches receive the same treatment as someone who attended for the first time? You know, airlines reward loyalty, banks reward loyalty, telecommunications companies reward loyalty. Why should football, one of the most emotional products in Ghana, fail to reward loyalty? So you must have loyalty packages. There are some of you who fly business when you fly, and even sometimes before you get called, you see some persons being called in front of you, and you ask whether the flight you are going on, is there a first class, a side business, or they are going into the first class, only for you to get there and you see they are actually boarding economy. But they've been called, not because they are physically challenged, but they've been called because they have been flying that particular airline almost all their life, unless they are going through a route that that airline doesn't go. So they pick them and reward them before you, a one-time flyer who is even flying business. And those persons end up promoting that airline, even though they are not flying first class or they are not flying business. So football, we must do same. Where are our club shops? If you want to buy something, even the clubs that are in Accra here, where are your shops? Yet, a training wear, a signed product. Can I order online that people can buy? Your supporters abroad, they can buy, pay, and then you package it and send to them? Do we have that? If I become emotionally attached to your club today, what can I buy tomorrow? What can I buy of your club tomorrow? So if you don't have that, begin to think about that. A replica shirt, a child's jersey, a scarf, a retro shirt, a training wear, a signed product. Can I order online? Can a Ghanaian abroad buy and receive it? No. Our history must also become an asset. Some of our clubs have 50, 80, or more than 100 years of history. Where are the museums, trophy experiences, heritage stores, archival documentaries, and legends programs? History kept in a cupboard has cultural value. There's a cultural value to history that we keep in the cupboard. But history properly curated can also have commercial value. Ladies and gentlemen, content must now be treated as part of football infrastructure. Football clubs today are also media organizations. Training, player story, rivalries, statistics, supporters, academies, histories, behind-the-scene assets should keep the supporter engaged throughout the week. And on this, I want to thank the FA president for something he introduced, behind-the-scene documentary of some of our Black Stars players that was done and aired. That is beautiful for the senior national teams. But let's adapt same to our clubs. Let's adapt same to our clubs at the local level and do same. These days, we all have local TV stations. How are you taking advantage of them? If you are a club that is in Techiman, there's Techiman TV, there's Sonyani TV, there's Tamale TV, there is this TV, local TV stations. Let's take advantage of them. As the families watch their players, their family members being shown, they get attracted and they want to come. Content creates attention. Attention creates audience. Audience creates commercial inventory. And commercial inventory attracts sponsors. Sponsorship creates resources for development. This same thinking must extend to Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and even Coast football. The Premier League cannot become strong on top of a weak base. The base must also be ready to carry a strong premiership. That we must work together to achieve that. The higher we want Ghana football to rise, the deeper and stronger its foundation must become. Ladies and gentlemen, we also cannot speak about bringing supporters back into our stadiums without confronting hooliganism. Hooliganism, we have to confront it. This goes way beyond us, but we have a role, we have a responsibility. These days, many persons are exposed to all kinds of things. Yes, you create laws to stop the presence of many things at the stadium, but they have other things that they will inhale and do things that go way off. But we still have a role and responsibility to stop it so that parents can be willing to move with their families to come and watch a game, knowing that they will come and watch and return home safely. We have to confront it. The tragedy at Nswatre in February 2025, which resulted in the death of Asante Kotoko supporter Francis Nanayao Frimpong, popularly known as Nana Pole, should remain a permanent warning to all of us. The GFA subsequently imposed sanctions, initiated investigations, and introduced enhanced match day security measures in consultation with clubs, supporters, and security agencies. That response, I believe, was necessary and is very well commended. Stop discussing hooliganism as though it is always simply a problem of what? Supporters. There have been cases in our football where club officials and persons associated with clubs have attacked referees or contributed to confrontation around match venues. That is why responsibility must begin with club leadership. An official who confronts a referee publicly, enters the field aggressively, threatens match officials, or create tension around a disputed decision can ignite an atmosphere that later becomes uncontrollable. You cannot condemn the supporter at the end of the confrontation while ignoring the behavior that helped create the confrontation. Club officials, technical teams, players, and supporters must at all understand that there are lines which cannot be crossed. Nobody should leave home to watch a football and fail to return home because of football. No, this should not happen. And this is not only a security matter. A parent who believes the stadium is unsafe will not bring the family. A sponsor will hesitate to put his brand around violence. A broadcaster does not want disorder to become the image of the competition. A referee who fears for his safety cannot officiate with confidence. So when we speak about fan engagement, we must also speak about fan protection and protection of match officials. There can be no revival of stadium attendance without confidence that our stadiums are safe. Ladies and gentlemen, our ambition for the Black Stars cannot be greater than our commitment to the system that produces the players. Our ambition for the Black Queens cannot be greater than our investment in girls' football and the Women's League. Government is proud of the progress in women's national team football, and we have deliberately increased support. But there remains enormous work to do. Success at the national team level must translate into stronger women's club, greater participation, more sponsorship, better coaching, improved welfare, and a stronger player pathway. The national team must be the top of the pyramid, and if the top is getting stronger, the base must grow with it. One of the biggest commercial assets, ladies and gentlemen, of any league is not a player, a sponsor, or even a stadium. It is the trust in the result. The FA itself has acknowledged the threat posed by match manipulation and betting. It has established integrity structures, trained referees and match commissioners on manipulation and betting risks, appointed integrity officers, and created channels for confidential reporting. More recently, the association has strengthened collaboration with the Criminal Investigations Department to deal with match manipulation, illegal betting, and hooliganism. These interventions are important. But we must ask the more difficult question. Has all this produced a corresponding increase in confidence in our competitions? Because we continue to hear too many allegations and suspicions around match manipulations, betting-related influence, and questionable officiating. Whether every allegation is ultimately proven or not, the frequency with which these concerns arise should worry all of us. And we must separate two things, ladies and gentlemen. A referee can make honest mistake a referee can make. Football will always have difficult decisions, but where poor decision-making becomes persistent, where clubs and supporters repeatedly leave matches questioning the competence or independence of officiating, confidence in the competition begins to erode. We do not currently have VAR in our domestic competition. That makes investment in competence, fitness, training, assessment, integrity, of course, of the referee even more important until we introduce VAR. Sometimes when we talk about this VAR, we also say, should it even be there? They sometimes use VAR to do things that you can't tell. But, well, it has also helped in some way. But you are the football people, continue to discuss it, but let's reach a decision. Referees must be protected from intimidation, abuse, and violence. But protection must also come with accountability, continuous assessment, transparent performance management, and consequences where standards are consistently not met. A league whose results are constantly questioned becomes difficult to sell. Ladies and gentlemen, we must also think seriously about centers of excellence. One national center cannot develop all the talent in Ghana. Talent exists in every part of this country. Over time, we need functional regional or zonal development centers connecting school football, courts, academies, and regional competitions to a national high-performance system. They do not have to begin as expensive monuments. They must begin as functional development environments with quality pitches, qualified coaches, sports science, medical screening, video analysis, player data, and structured talent camps. And truly, we have a lot to do as sports people. When I was out there, when you say video analyst. I said, but video, you do wedding and you are watching video to try and listen. Why do you need somebody to be or need to be paid all kinds of things? Society not fully do not understand things that are happening around the game. So we need to continue to have that education constantly to help. As we rebuild football scientifically, we must also protect the athlete. With the establishment of the Ghana Anti-Doping Agency, there must now be a comprehensive collaboration with the Ghana Football Association, clubs, academies, national teams, coaches, and medical personnel. Anti-doping education must begin from courts, academies, and youth football, not when a player first reaches an international competition. Players must understand prohibited substances, supplement risks, medication, and testing responsibilities. We do not only want to develop better footballers, we must develop informed, healthy, and clean athletes. And now, government has another important instrument, the Ghana Sports Fund. Football will certainly benefit from the fund, but let me be clear, it cannot become another account from which we finance existing problems. It must build capacity. If we invest in coach football, we must see players developed. If we invest in coaching, we must see qualified coaches working. If we invest in facilities, they must be used. If we invest in clubs, we must see stronger institutions. If we invest in talent identification, we must be able to track the talent. And on this, let me announce that His Excellency the President, during his campaign, held his ministry for the 6 new regions. I dare tell you that His Excellency has since reviewed that decision, and he is no more going to build the 6 mini stadiums. He is going to build 10. So the Western North region will have 1. Oti region will have 1. Ahafo will have 1. Bono East will have 1. Savannah will have 1. Northeast will have 1. These are the new regions. Upper East will have 1. Upper West will have 1. And then Volta region will have another 1, making 10. And this will have all other facilities in there, including gyms, for you to be able to utilize. The finance minister has issued commencement authorization, and we are going through the processes to get these contracts awarded. And they will move to site immediately. So when I say when the president said I have something to say, this is one of the things that I have to tell you. So we are creating better playing space for our footballers and other athletes to be able to perform. Government funding must help football grow and not simply help football to survive. I also commend the progress being made with sponsorship, but commercial growth at the top must strengthen development at the bottom. If sponsorship grows while schools football remains weak, something is wrong. If league revenues increase while the lower divisions remain starved of development resources, something is wrong. The money entering football must eventually be visible in the equality and quality of football coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, programs have been announced, competitions exist, workshops exist, projects exist. Some are commendable, but football development must ultimately be judged by outcomes. Are our players improving? Are our clubs becoming stronger? Are supporters returning? Are revenue growing? Are our players becoming more valuable? Are our youth teams becoming competitive? Are our clubs stronger in Africa? Are we retaining talent longer? Are our women's league becoming stronger? Are our communities more connected to their clubs? Activity is not the same as impact, ladies and gentlemen. So Ghana football has a decision to make. Do we want to continue managing football from season to season? Or do we want to build a football industry? A football industry develops talent, creates jobs, builds infrastructure, produce media and intellectual property, develop brands, generate commercial value, exports talent strategically, and creates opportunities for young people. That is the Ghana football economy we should be building. Government does not benefit when GFA fails, and GFA does not benefit when government fails. But partnership must allow truth. And the truth is that Ghana football, we can do better. We have spent too long expecting things to happen naturally. Talent development must be deliberate. Player transition must be deliberate. Fund development must be deliberate. Commercialization must be deliberate. Content must be deliberate. Women's football development must be deliberate. Infrastructure must be deliberate. Investment at the base must be deliberate. And accountability must be deliberate. So as Congress considers its budgets, programs, and the future of Ghana football, I leave you with these questions. What are we building? What are we developing? Who are we asking Ghanaians to come and watch? What value are we creating for the supporter? What did the money we invested last season from all of us, individually and collectively, actually build? And 5 years from today, what will be fundamentally different about Ghana football because of the decisions we make now? Those are questions government must answer. The GFA must answer. Club owners must answer. All of us entrusted with Ghana football must answer. The time for managing decline will have to end. The time for deliberate rebuilding must begin. And I want to say that I thank you so much, Mr. President, and the executives, the council, members of Congress, for inviting me from the bottom of your heart to come and join you for this Congress. I once again apologize for not being able to join you last year, but I know the year has been productive, but it is good to meet and review. Is to be able to build after identifying the areas that we did not succeed, but not to remain down because we failed. Let's work together. We are not in any competition. Sports and football rivalry is not, the intention is not to become negative and to draw us back. The intention of the rivalry is to turn it into a positive thing. If we don't, we may continue to decline. And nations that used to bow before us can now stand straight in our face and ask us to bow before them. We do not want that to happen. We have the men in leadership, we have the men in you, we have the talent, we have everything. His Excellency the President and the Vice President and government is equally ready. Are we taking advantage? Let's rally round. Let's use the platforms that have been provided for us to engage. I wish Congress well. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Can we do it one more time, please? I am sure you remember my words before the Honorable Minister took his turn. And before he spoke, I asked that we give him a round of applause. His words, indeed, just re-echoes what all of us have been discussing and trying to do over time. True or false? True or false? What he has done today is to push our adrenaline levels a notch higher than before. What he has done today is to ask all of us to join hands in the development of football. What he has done today is to ask all of us to do more than we have ever done, so that together we can build an industry that all of us will be proud of. Honorable Minister Akpe, thank you very much. So on the back of that amazing speech by the Minister of Sports, can I, with your permission, invite the President of the Football Association to also have a stand. Item number 7. Thank you. So, having listened to that amazing, thought-provoking speech by the sector minister, I'm tempted not to speak anymore, because his words just re-echoes what we share together as a family. The demands he's made of us today are the demands we've shared over time, and his words should go a long way in giving us that extra energy. Perhaps what he failed to tell all of us is that he will push to give football more money. Is that not what you want? Is that not what we want? Please, can we clap for him? He'll do it. Vice President of our dear Football Association, Honorable, affable, hardworking Sector Minister, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, members of the Executive Committee, here and present, my General Secretary, staff of our dear Football Association, our legends here and present. I can see in a long while Alhaji Ibrahim Sunday. I can see Golden Boy Abdul Razak. I can see the man who took us to the first Mundial in 2006, El Capitano Stephen Appiah. Please, can we do it much better? Competitions, Dr. Tony Obin, thank you for coming. The former Deputy General Secretary of the Confederation of African Football, Mr. Tony Bafo, thank you for coming, representing our ex-players. I can also see here the former Vice President of our Football Association, Mr. Fred Papo, thank you for coming. The chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association is also here, Mr. John Kofi Ansan. Thank you for coming. Hey, the women are also represented. Our former player, our former captain, the legendary Adjoa Bayo. Thank you for coming. The Deputy Director of the NSA of the NSA, Mr. Gideon Hammond, representing the Director General. Thank you for coming. Mr. Bernard Mona. Thank you for coming. I can see you. Give me a wave. Thank you. Members of our Congress, from the Premier League, from the Division 1 League, from the Women's Premier League, our Regional Football Association offices led by the chairman and the executives here in present, and colleagues from the media here in present, and everybody, either in this hall or out of this hall, and joining us live for this all-important gathering. I say you are welcome to the 32nd General Assembly or Congress of our Football Association. And in saying this, let me also welcome all our partners, our investors, our sponsors who believe in my leadership, who believe in the leadership of the ESCO, and who believe in you and what you offer. Thank you for coming. It was supposed to be a good morning speech, but it is now a good afternoon speech. Is it still morning? Yes. Okay, thank you. It's even much better. So, good morning, and indeed, with a profound honor, great humility, and a deep sense of responsibility, that I warmly welcome you all to the 32nd Ordinary Congress of the Football Association, herein in the home of football in Pram Pram. We call here the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence. Congress, like we all know, occupies a unique place within our football association. As enshrined in our statutes, it is the supreme decision-making body of the Football Association, where the collective wisdom of our members shapes the direction, governance, and future of our game. Today, we are assembled not merely to fulfill a constitutional obligation, but to reaffirm our shared commitment to strengthening the foundations of Ghana football through unity, through accountability, through transparency, and of course, purposeful leadership. This gathering also offers us the opportunity to reflect honestly on our journey over the past 12 months, celebrating our achievements, acknowledging our challenges, and renewing our determination to move Ghana football to even greater heights. While the road has not always been without obstacles, our resolve has remained steadfast. Through discipline, collaboration, resilience, and an unwavering belief in our vision, we have continued to make meaningful progress across every facet of our game. From grassroots football to the professional leagues, from the successes and development of our national teams to the nurturing of young talents, and from enhancing refereeing standards to expanding football infrastructure, and from strengthening governance to protecting the integrity of our competitions. The Football Association has remained firmly committed to its core mandate of developing, promoting, and safeguarding football for the benefit of every Ghanaian. Indeed, today, our core focus will be in investing in domestic football for a brighter future for Ghana. Investing in domestic football for a brighter future for Ghana. Congressmen and women, as we look to the future with the confidence and renewed optimism, it's only fitting that we first pause to honor the memory of some of our cherished colleagues who were called to eternal rest during the year under review. Their service to Ghana football remains an enduring source of inspiration, and their legacy continues to guide our collective efforts. Congressmen and women, I therefore invite you to humbly join me in paying our deepest respect and solemn tribute to the memory of our departed heroes of our game. We remember them with profound gratitude, admiration, and appreciation for the indelible mark they left in our game. We remember them with profound gratitude, administration, and appreciation for the indelible mark, like I said, they have left on our game. Can we rise to our feet, please? We remember our brother Emmanuel Awulekwe Senior, the former captain of the Black Stars and captain of the 1978 AFCON winning squad. We also remember Peter Lamte, former Ghana, former Hearts of Oak, former Great Olympics legend. We also remember Chairman E.K. Edu of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We remember George Blay of the Black Stars fame, Dominic Frimpong, former Ediana FC, former Brekum Chelsea star, Stephen Kwame Darkon, former goalkeeper Namoro FC, David Agunde, former goalkeeper Police FC, University of Cape Coast, Sylvester Ne Sabankwe of Accra Hearts of Oak and Black Stars fame, Mr. Daniel Anowalker, formerly of Accra Great Olympics and the Black Galaxies, Jonas Okojani, former administrator, Accra Hearts of Oak, Stephen Saforo, former staff, Transport Department of the Football Association, Fuseni Adama, driver from our Central Region Office, and many others. May their soul and the souls of all the faithfuls departed rest in perfect peace. Amen. Thank you. As I read through the list, I also saw one legend of our game who touched many hearts. And today, he is present here with us, Professor Mohammed Ahmed Polo. Can we give it to him, please? So to these gallant men and to all former leaders and staff of our dear Football Association who have contributed to the growth and integrity of our beloved sport, we express our heartfelt appreciation. Their dedication, their passion, and sacrifices have paved the way for the progress we have made today, or we celebrate. In no particular order, we pay respect to the following leaders of our Football Association: Mr. Ohinijan, H.P. Nyamite, Fredua Mensah, Henry Jabba, General Kote, Brew Graves, George Lamte, Major Isiama, Mr. Abuaje, Mr. Sam Autry, S.K. Menu, Zach Bentum, Akayensu, L.T.K. Caesar, E.O. Tay, Samuel Autry, Iwa Nyamite, Nana Sambro Butler, Alaji MND Jaula, Ben Kofi, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, and Dr. Kofi Amwa for their sacrifices and devoted services to Ghana football. We say Ayeko. And to my ESCO, to the staff of the FA at all our locations of work, i.e. the headquarters in Accra, here in Pram Pram, the technical hub at airports, and in the 10 regional offices. We say thank you for your hard work. Congressmen and women, Mr. Vice President, Honorable Minister of Sports, I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge and warmly welcome our football legends, like I said, who have joined us here today. I've already mentioned Tony Bafo, Ibrahim Sunday, Mohamed Polo, Abdul Razak, the Golden Boy, Stephen Appiah, and all legends of the game, including Ajua Bayo. Thank you for coming. Over the past 12 months, congressmen and women, we have remained steadfast in our commitment to the principles of good governance, transparency, accountability, and integrity. These values have not merely guided our administration, they have become a foundation upon which we continue to build a stronger, more credible, and more respected Football Association post-2018. I'm pleased to report to the 32nd Congress that our unwavering dedication to these principles have earned the confidence and administration of both the Confederation of African Football and FIFA today. Ghana enjoys enhanced credibility on the continental and indeed at the global stage, with our governance reforms and commitment to excellence increasingly recognized as a model worthy of emulation. The next 12 months present all of us with an important opportunity to build on this momentum. It is a time to deepen the reforms we have begun, consolidate the gains we have made, and accelerate our efforts to transform every facet of our game. In the year under review, some of our clubs and our national teams proudly carried the Ghanaian flag onto the continental stage. We duly acknowledge their efforts and commitment in this perspective. We do recognize BBN Gold Stars, who represented Ghana in the Champions League for the first time in the club history, making a significant milestone in their remarkable rise. We say, Ayeko. Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko also competed in the Confederation of African Football. The Black Damsels, our national U15 girls team, defended their trophy and became African schools champions. The Black Maidens, the U17 girls team, returned back onto the international stage and have qualified to the 2026 FIFA U17 Women's World Cup. The Black Princesses, which is the girls U20 national team, have also qualified for the 2026 FIFA Women's World Cup. The Black Queens made back-to-back qualification to the AFCON, exited the 2026 edition at the quarterfinal stage, but have kept their position in line for qualification to the next World Cup in 2026. The Black Starlets returned to the African stage, but exited at the quarterfinal stage. Mediama Sporting Club became or emerged champions of the GPL for the 2025-2026 football season. Apimdakwa Ladies also won the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Indeed, in clapping, we must also clap for Nations Football Club for emerging as champions of the MTN FA Cup. DBB Football Club, Ashanti Gold 04, Port City also qualified to the Ghana Premier League. From the regional leagues, congressmen and women, we also had 10 clubs qualifying from the second division to join the first division league, and we also had clubs also qualifying from the women's division 1 to the women's Premier League. Together, we are grateful for your hard work, and we say Ayeko. Strengthening our domestic competitions. Distinguished, I am pleased to report that for the 7th consecutive season, the Football Association has successfully organized all our domestic competitions, both regular season and off-season, without any major disruptions. This reflects the resilience of our football ecosystem, the dedication of our clubs, match officials, administrators, security agencies, sponsors, partners, and every stakeholder whose commitment has ensured the smooth delivery of our football calendar. We have also strengthened our match day protocols to improve safety, organization, and overall experience for the players, officials, and our supporters. Our successful coordination of live television broadcasts has increased the visibility and appeal of our domestic competitions, bringing Ghana football much closer to the fans across the country and beyond. Now, when we listened to our sector minister, he spoke about the new era of investment in the domestic game. Don't forget that this year, our concentration is investment and investment and investment in the domestic game. Distinguished congressmen and women, one of the defining milestones of the period under review has been the unprecedented level of financial investment made in our domestic game on all fronts, from coast level to regional Division 1 to Women's Premier League to National Division 1 to the GPL, and the list goes on and on and on. For the first time in the history of the Ghanaian game, we secured and delivered a transformational package of financial support backed by the support of government for our clubs in the Premier League, an achievement that truly reflects our unwavering commitment to strengthening the foundations of football. Through our landmark partnership with Adisa Productions, each of the 18 Premier League clubs received $1 million Ghana cedis before the start of the 2025-2026 football season. This was a bold statement of intent to empower our clubs, improve their financial stability, and create the conditions for necessary growth and competitiveness. Our commitment to rewarding excellence has been equally historic. In fulfillment of our pledge, the champions of the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League will receive a record 2 million Ghana cedis in prize money. The runners-up will receive $1 million Ghana cedis, the third place club 800,000 cedis, and the fourth place club will take home 750,000 Ghana cedis. This year, for the season beginning 2026-2027, each of the GPL clubs would receive $1 million Ghana cedis each again. I don't think I felt the energy. Or perhaps I should just withdraw the offer. The winner of the GPL will take home 3 million Ghana cedis this year. Total, we're going to pay 9.5 million in prize money for the just ended GPL season. Our partnership with Adesa Limited has ushered in a new era for football broadcasting in Ghana, enhancing the production quality, reach, and visibility of our competitions. Although there remains scope for further innovation and improvement, the progress achieved so far has been remarkable and provides a solid foundation for the continued growth of our football. 9.5 million will be paid. And perhaps if you didn't hear, $1 million Ghana cedis each to the 18 clubs. During the 2025-26 GPL season, a total of 186 games were produced and broadcast across multiple platforms to audiences in Ghana and around the world. This included 75 live games and 111 non-live games. The Women's Premier League and the Division 1 League has also benefited from enhanced media coverage, providing great exposure for our clubs, our players, and our match officials. Indeed, through our partnership with AFA TV, a total of 77 games were produced and broadcast live during the just ended season for our Division 1 League. And for our Women's Premier League, from the second round, we did 6 live games. Indeed, that tells all of us that we need to do more to enhance the visibility of our Women's Premier League. I'm going to talk about our relationship with corporate Ghana. I am pleased to report to Congress that corporate Ghana continue to demonstrate unwavering confidence in our vision for the development of our domestic game. The growing commitment of the corporate community is a strong endorsement of the progress we have made and a clear indication that our competitions continue to offer credible and attractive platform for strategic partnerships and long-term investment. As part of this growing confidence, the Football Association has entered into a 3-year partnership with Kivu Ghana to support the development of Colts football. Through this collaboration, Kivu Ghana, together with JLab, will serve as joint title sponsors of the revived U17 Boys Interclubs Colts Championship, reaffirming our collective commitment to strengthening the grassroots foundation of Ghana football and creating more competitive opportunities for our young talents. Congressmen and women, I'm equally delighted to announce that Gold Foods Ghana has become the headline sponsor of the Women's Premier League. And this will be for the next 2 consecutive years. This landmark partnership represents another significant milestone in the continued growth of women's football in Ghana. My friends, my family members here in Guarded, I'm also pleased to announce that KFC, your KFC, has joined the exciting journey as the official meal sponsor of the Women's Premier League. The commercial appeal and professional image of women's football in our country. Where are the women? More money. More money. More chicken. Thank you. At the Division 1 level, X1 has signed on as a headline sponsor of the Division 1 League Super Cup for the next 4 years, providing a major boost to one of the newest competitions whilst rewarding excellence amongst our Division 1 League clubs. Congressmen and women, I'm also super excited to report to Congress that we have again secured a 2-year extension of our successful partnership with KGL, which will continue as a headline sponsor of the KGL U17 Colts Inter-Regional Championship. I'm sure you're tired clapping, but you shouldn't be tired of good stories. Congressmen and women, are you ready for more? I am particularly excited also to announce that Universal Merchant Bank has become the new headline sponsor of our National Division 1 League. So UMB will be the headline sponsor for the National Division 1 League for the next 3 consecutive seasons. On behalf of the Football Association, to express our sincere gratitude to Access Bank for its invaluable support and partnership over the years, which contributed immensely to the growth and stability of our DOL. As one valued partner exit, we warmly welcome UMB into the Ghana football family, and we look forward to a fruitful and enduring relationship. Where are the staff of UMB here? Are they here? Okay, they've gone out. Now, beyond its sponsorship of the Division 1 League, UMB will also partner the Football Association to launch the maiden U19 Boys Premier League, and this will be a pilot for the Greater Accra region for this year. All these policies and partnerships fits into our already announced policy that we call Power to the Youth policy, investing in the very foundation of our sport to make sure that we are able to produce more Ibrahim Sundays, more Stephen Appiahs, and more Golden Boys, and more Mohamed Polos, and more Ketu Krakus. Can we give it to them, please? These investments, these announced partnerships, indeed reflect the growing confidence that corporate Ghana has in the Football Association's vision and strategic direction. Again, we're talking about domestic football. And like I've said, this year and for the next 12 months, our emphasis will be on continuous investment in our domestic game to make sure that we fix the fundamentals of our football, to make sure that we lay a solid foundation for our football. And this goes in tune with what our sector minister spoke about. Now, as we usher in a new era of excellence, and with the valued support of our new partner, Jack Motors, we are delighted to unveil an unprecedented reward package for the upcoming season, which is 2026-2027 football season. One that embodies our unwavering commitment to recognizing excellence, celebrating achievements, and inspiring greatness across the Ghanaian football space. Now, the 2026-2027 GPL champions, apart from the prize money that I've already announced, will drive away with a brand new Jack vehicle valued at $33,000 US. So you're getting 1 million Ghana cedis for your season. If you become the champion, you will take home 3 million Ghana cedis plus a brand new, and I'm saying brand new, okay, Jack vehicle valued at $33,000 US. Now, for the WPL champions, you would also receive a brand new Jack vehicle valued at $29,000 US. The best player in the 2026 Ghana's Premier League and in the GPL will also receive a cash prize of $5,000. And now listen to this. The best domestic player in the Black Stars would receive a brand new Jack vehicle valued at $38,000 US. Mr. Minister of Sport, who does that award go to? Who does it go to? Who does it go to? Benji Asari. A new vehicle for him. So Benji, in the next few days, will drive home a brand new tier rubber vehicle from Jack Motors valued at $38,000 US. This should encourage everybody, all players in our domestic league, to aspire to greater heights. When you do well, your efforts will be recognized by this family that is gathered here. So Benjamin Asari, I'm sure he's listening, a brand new vehicle valued at $38,000 US. I have seen the vehicle. I was in the showroom, I tested it, and you'll love it. A bit about our national teams. Our national teams remain a work in progress. While we celebrate encouraging achievements, we also recognize the challenges that lie ahead of us. Our focus remains firmly on building competitive national teams capable of restoring Ghana's proud football legacy on both continental and global stage. The Black Stars demonstrated resilience and promise at the 2026 World Cup in the US, in Canada, and in Mexico, advancing to the second round after a commendable performance against some of the world's strongest teams before going out to Colombia. Although we had hoped to progress further, the tournament provided encouraging signs that the team is moving in the right direction. From being the least ranked team before the World Cup to the 24th ranked team at the end speaks volumes of the promise in this team. Congressmen and women, I want to speak a bit about Division 1 football. The Football Association remains deeply committed to the growth and development of our Division 1 league. In line with this commitment, we will continue means that the FA paid in total 3,747,407 Ghana cedis in respect to referee fees on behalf of our 48 clubs. The FA paid on behalf of the clubs 867,744 Ghana cedis in respect to match commissioners' fees in the Division 1 league alone. Again, for venue media officers, the FA paid a total of 900,000 Ghana cedis to venue media officers for and on behalf of Division 1 clubs. What again did we do? We also paid a total of 5,077,000 Ghana cedis in respect of the 30 pairs of boots to each of the 48 Division 1 clubs that competed in our league. Again, for the footballs that each of the 48 clubs received, the FA paid for and on your behalf 792,000 Ghana cedis. We will also continue with the support from Melcom, the Goyle Fuel support, and the direct cash incentive of 120,000 Ghana cedis. This is what we paid for and on behalf of our Division 1 clubs. This year, we will repeat the same amount of support. What is exciting is that this year, if you win the Division 1 league, you will take home 200,000 Ghana cedis in prize money. Division 1. In the just ended season, the winner will take home 70,000. The winner will take home 200,000 Ghana cedis per zone. Investing in domestic football for our future. The Women's Premier League will also continue to receive support from the FA. We would repeat the support we offered Women Premier League clubs in the just ended season. Just to recap, we paid all your referee fees, which amounted to 1,050,000 Ghana cedis. We paid all your match commissioners' fees, which amounted to 241,040 Ghana cedis. We paid all your media officers' fees, amounting to 900,000 Ghana cedis. We paid for the 30 boots to each of the 20 clubs, which amounted to 2,115,420 Ghana cedis. We also paid for the 30 footballs for the 20 clubs, which amounted to 330,000 Ghana cedis. The support from Melcom, the support from Goyle, and the direct cash payment of 100,000 Ghana cedis would again be repeated this year. There's one story that excites me most. And I'm very sure that all of us share in the same excitement. This morning, when you drove through into this center, I'm sure you were happy. Were you happy? I'm sure you are happy that today we can say we own this land because we have completed documentations for this land. I am sure, because we all know that the FA, the Ministry of Sport, was supposed to own 100 acres of land in this area. Over the years, we lost some of the land. But your leadership took steps. Today, we have 64.25 acres, and the entire land has been walled. I'm sure when we have the break, you can walk around and see how beautiful the edifice looks like now. The entire space is secured. Now we have ticked all the right boxes in terms of safeguarding. This is very key to further investments, and further investments will take place in this space. Just behind here, you will see another version of this hall being built on top of the gym. The 2 natural grass pitches is ongoing. We have successfully completed all the, shall I say, stumbling blocks, administrative processes regarding our 40-bed accommodation property, and we are now ready to start, or we are ready to award a contract for the construction to start. So after a prolonged period of litigation over the land here in Pram Pram, the FA has finally secured the property. The FA has successfully fenced the entire 64.25 acre land, ensuring that the full boundaries of the center are properly secured. A new main entrance has been constructed to enhance access to the facility. And indeed, like I said, administrative processes for the construction of the 40-bed accommodation facility at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence has been concluded. The project forms part of the GFA's commitment to strengthening football infrastructure and supporting youth development in our country. Construction work is now set to begin. The project is named Carter 2022 Courtyard. Carter 2022 Courtyard. And this is being financed through the proceeds from Ghana's participation at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022 and complemented by GFA's internally generated funds. Once completed, the facility will provide quality accommodation for the national teams, technical staff, and participants in the association's various developmental programs. As many of you have already witnessed, the FA has completed the construction of the block wall around the entire property, effectively safeguarding the land against encroachment and preserving it for its intended purpose. Considering the numerous challenges and protracted issues that have confronted the FA over the land over the years, this achievement is fulfillment of one of objectives for this administration, but for every stakeholder in Ghana football who has long desired to see the technical center secured for posterity. With ownership now fully secured and regularized and the property adequately protected, we can confidently press ahead with our vision for the technical center. Over the past few years, congressmen and women, the Football Association has successfully implemented a comprehensive budget which has significantly enhanced transportation support across our football space. Through this initiative, 13 buses have already been distributed to Women Premier League clubs and Division 1 League clubs, providing beneficiaries with reliable and efficient transport for our football activities. Building on this success, the Football Association, through the FIFA Forward program, recently also presented 5 vehicles to the Greater Accra and Northern Region Associations, as well as key operational departments of the Football Association. As part of our Enhanced Merit Awards program, the Football Association will today distribute 5 additional buses to deserving clubs in recognition of excellence and outstanding performances during the 2024-2025 football season. The clubs or the beneficiaries are Real Tamale United, Rose Park FC, City FC, Police Ladies, and Dreams Ladies. Ayeko. The FA successfully also recruited 3 regional scouts to support the Technical Directorate in expanding and enhancing our nationwide scouting network. To further reinforce our elite player development pathway, we recruited 10 technical personnel, including coaches, goalkeepers coaches, and physiotherapists, to support the operations of our elite football academies at Prempeh College in Kumasi and Achimota Senior High School in Accra. Congressmen and women, I want to talk about welfare. Beyond the many reforms and interventions we have introduced over the years, including the implementation of the Standard Player Agreement to strengthen the rights, protection, and welfare of players, we believe we must also honor those who laid the foundation for the success of our national teams. It is in this spirit that I'm pleased to announce a new GFA Foundation Player Welfare Initiative, under which the FA will commit $50,000 a year over the next 4 years to support the healthcare needs of our former national stars. I think I need to repeat this because this is so important to me, and I think it's so important to all of us. It's so important for us not only to think about the welfare of the people who made us happy at the national level, but also the people who continue to inspire the younger generation. So what we have done is to make a commitment of $50,000 per year for the next 4 football years to take care of the health needs of our legends. The ESCO will set up a committee that will supervise this and that will put together the criteria, etc., etc., in respect to how these funds can be or will be managed. We are talking about the welfare of our legends. Thank you. This year, Coles football will be at the forefront of a lot of things that we'll be doing. In the month of September, we will be launching the Coles football season. Again, dear friends, permit me to speak briefly about Coles football, the heartbeat of our game, and the foundation upon which every great football nation is built. If we are determined to secure the future of Ghana football, then our greatest investment must be in our children. Like I said, we will launch the Coles season in September. Today, we speak about 859 registered Coles clubs that are actively nurturing the next generation of footballers across all 10 football regions. And through structured for U13, U15, and U17 boys, as well as U15 and U17 girls, we are ensuring that every talented child has the opportunity to learn, compete, and to dream. But talent cannot flourish without investment. That is why the Football Association has made one of the most important commitments to grassroots football in our history. For the 3rd consecutive year, we will invest $100,000 in the procurement and nationwide distribution of footballs to Coles clubs across the country. Recognizing that great players are shaped by great coaches, we have also invested 1.8 million Ghana cedis over the past 2 seasons to train 600 Coles coaches through the GFA-founded CAF License D coaching program. while continuing to provide training for scouts, referees, administrators, and other key stakeholders who support youth football in our country. We will continue to provide free player registration and digital license for up to 90 players per coast club, easing the financial burden on clubs and allowing them to focus on other matters that hinder their. We are equally proud of our deep partnership with KGL Foundation and our newest partner in Kivo and JLab, whose support continues to strengthen the foundation of youth football in our country. Building on this commitment to youth football development is the introduction, obviously, like I said earlier, the Kivo JBL U17 Interclub Champions League for the 2026-2027 football season. Now, to strengthen girls football, we have invested 800,000 Ghana cedis to support regional football associations in organizing elite U15 Girls Coast League. This will be repeated this year. We also recognize the future of our game, we also recognize that the future of our game depends on the next generation of match officials. Through our ever popular Academy Young Refereeing program, we have committed 1.5 million cedis over 5 years for educational support and allowances alongside our annual investment in uniforms and logistics to prepare young referees for the highest level of the game. Congressmen and women, let me also announce that the GPL season is finished, and I'm proud to say that we have paid up all referee fees in respect to the GPL as of today. Like I said, given the clear developmental pathway that we have established for juvenile football in our country, we will continue with the various competitions that we have introduced, and that would include the District Girls and Boys U15, District Girls and Boys U17 festivals, the KGL Under-17 National Championship, the Kivu JLab Under-17 Interclub, the MTN-sponsored U19 Boys Tournament, and of course, the UMB U19 Premier League. It is very clear that we are placing a lot of emphasis on where it matters most, juvenile football. And to prove our commitment, we have started disbursing our promised cash incentives to all regional champions across the 10 football regions. We have indeed paid 10,000 Ghana cedis to each of our 10 co-champions across the country, and in the next few days, they would also receive the set of jersey and 10 footballs each, as promised during our last Congress here. Again, we would also pay same figures, same support to champions of our Women Division 1 leagues across the country. Congressmen and women, Vice President of the Football Association, Honorable Sector Minister, the GFA Elite Football Academy continues to make remarkable progress as one of our flagship initiatives for developing the next generation of Ghanaian football talent. The Academy remains a shining example of our commitment to combining elite football development with quality education. I'm delighted to report that the project continues to grow steadily with increased investment in player development, coach education, and player welfare across the northern, middle, and the southern belt. A significant milestone has been reached in the northern belt, where the first cohort of academy players have successfully completed the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, and they are set to graduate. The football academies at Bolgatanga High School, Prempeh College in Kumasi, and Achimota School here in the south continue to make significant strides, with the enrollment rising to 188 talented boys and girls. Perhaps most encouraging is the growing impact of the academy on our national teams. Congressmen and women, I'm proud to announce that 11 players from the GFA Elite Football Academy are currently members of the National U17 team, and this is a clear testament to the quality of the talent identification and player development program that we are currently undertaking. I will want to speak about strengthening media or club media capacity. As part of our unwavering commitment to modernizing football administration, enhancing media operations, and improving the visibility of competitions, the Executive Council has approved a landmark media and digital support package for our clubs and our RFAs. The strategic investment is designed to equip our clubs and RFAs with the tools required to improve content creation, match analysis, digital communication, and fan engagement, while strengthening the overall professionalism of the Ghanaian game. Accordingly, the Football Association would provide VEO cameras, that's the VEO cameras for all the 18 GPL clubs, 20 Women Premier League clubs, 48 DOL clubs, and the 10 regional football associations. This will help all of you to support performance analysis, talent development, coaching, and match recording. Furthermore, laptop computers will be given for every GPL club, GPL club,
we're trying to
club, as well as the RFAs to
speed information. For Congress ground,
digital administration,
and Minister for Sports and Recreation. Earlier, na yera ketokreku den seme tuja ansana yebowe muno. There's a lot more. Obetima a follow Facebook was streaming it live. Max TV enti ube join na de ekosu nyina no uso wetimi enya a fair idea of baby the Ghana football ekoye de adwuma ni besi ha na yato amoso the GPL headquarters no miensa ekosi no 9. There's going to be more Josiah so ground so enti odini nyina and I say kese pa enkoma holy mosquito spray and in a quail, holy mosquito spray and in a quail, you don't know. Tuntum police and tuntum postro ekum tuntum say kojo umbese malaria bedu fia kwani abadia ye holy mosquito spray in the quail, holy mosquito spray in the quail adie bia Ghana ha unya bi wo fia and tuntum ntimi ma malaria ntimi ma oni say ya ready at the canam. So get rid of the sickness and don't go to no hospital to pay monies. Holy mosquito coil no so eboa susu eku epam entuntum afi yakwa kofa holy mosquito repellent lotion enu yenku ye de sra sebe ya ye hunam no so entuntum crown enno no kon so mesi hunam nani no anko ba be kan holy mosquito spray ne coil ye ku entuntum sei kojuto upe bia to afo ni che holy depot ewo tudu se bia open be brew to akoton a wo be frɛ 0302 681 582 and I say 03-220 37623. Now we place you orders. Cecilia, holy mosquito spray in the coil. And tuntum police. Holy mosquito spray. And no one ubiade born and hobine. Diabetes, sciatica, typhoid, malaria, stroke, STIs awodo and various dental conditions. For any dental barrier, any post station there in share. Would any chair and crying higher authority for yard ministries are ubeti and kase yeso ye di ejumana elho yawo aje kojo yani school for the deaf any di enim share uba kumase a yawo ahinma kokobin ube frame the Moses ewo 0244 068 447 na wetimini Medimosis atwetwe enkomo Medimosis etaichi na se enkoma JQ from Max Motors, the latest car abadwoma obia agiatumu afi Max Buy yene Samsung is Max Buy nie Samsung buy now pay later and sunye the sports park nesi and
to camp in the Upper East. Don't forget, in that facility we have the best football pitch in Ghana. True or false? The third project, congressmen and women, is the development of an Astro football pitch, an AstroTurf pitch here in Pram Pram. You are not happy about that? Okay. So you can see clearly that we're making progress through the efforts of our U15 boys and girls. Ghana has earned money. I have declared the money here. And that money will be invested in 3 legacy projects in the Upper East region. Compete. This year, we would also launch what we call the President's Pitch Construction Initiative. And here, I hope you would listen attentively. Working with DRIP, NADMO, traditional authorities, our RFAs, district assemblies, we will be constructing football pitches across all the 10 football regions for our coast clubs. We already know that the football space has become very, very competitive, and talents are being scouted everywhere. We will be aggressive domestically in scouting for talents, but equally, we will not leave our brothers and sisters who were born in the diaspora out of this strategy. A few weeks ago, we launched the Ghana Diaspora Football Scouting Strategy in the UK, and we intend to repeat that same strategy this year in the UK, and that will be followed up with another one in North America and in Central Europe. We want really, really to catch them young. At the start of the 2025-2026 football season, we announced an insurance package for all 280 referees who officiate in our top flight football. What we did also promise is that beginning the 2026-2027 football season, our match commissioners would also be insured. This year, it will take place. All our match commissioners would also be insured. I am encouraged to note that incidents of hooliganism at our match venues have declined significantly. This positive trend reflects the collective efforts of the Football Association, our security agencies, our clubs, our supporters, and all stakeholders who have embraced our call to make our football safer and more welcoming for everybody. However, we cannot overlook the disturbing instances of physical and verbal abuse directed at our referees by some players, club officials, and supporters. Such conduct is wholly unacceptable and has no place in our game. Referees are indispensable custodians of football, and they deserve to officiate in an environment that guarantees their safety, their dignity, and their respect. We will continue to contribute to the payment of referee fees at the regional level. 2 seasons ago, we started a policy of contributing a minimum of 300,000 Ghana cedis towards the payment of referees at the regional level, and this policy will continue. War against illegal betting. The global surge in sports betting has unfortunately exposed our game to the threat of match manipulation and illegal syndicates. And indeed, Ghana is not immune. However, the GFA has taken a bold step. For the upton time, no betting company has been licensed by the FA to place odds on domestic games. Let me repeat for the 12th time, or for the 15th time, no betting company is allowed to take odds or bets on our domestic games. And currently, we are working with all our security agencies to ensure that we weed these cankers from domestic football. Mandatory pre- and post-match press conferences will continue to be enforced across the Ghana Premier League, the Division 1 League, and the Women's Premier League. We've already spoken about the role of Bet Power and their contribution towards the locker room bonuses, and this will continue as the season starts. We've already, Mr. Vice President, announced the kickstart dates for our Premier League, our Division 1 League, and our Women's Premier League, which will be sponsored by UMB. Partnership with government. Congressmen and women, the strong partnership between the Football Association and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Sports and Recreation has become a vital pillar in our efforts to transform and advance Ghana football. On behalf of the Executive Council and the entire football family, I extend our sincere appreciation to the Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, for his steadfast support, constructive engagement, and unwavering commitment to the development of football. Mr. Adams' collaborative leadership, accessibility, and dedication have strengthened the partnership between government and the Football Association, enabling us to pursue our shared vision with renewed confidence and purpose. We value this enduring relationship and look forward to deepening our collaboration as we continue to build a stronger, more united, and globally competitive Ghana football. Ghana football. Honorable Mr. Yedawasi. A call for regulatory reform. Honorable Minister of Sports, Congressmen and women, permit me to once again draw your attention to an issue that has significant implication for the financial sustainability of Ghana football: the continued prohibition on sponsorship by alcoholic beverage companies under the current regulatory framework. As I stated at our previous congresses, this is not an appeal to weaken regulation or compromise public health. Rather, it is a call for a balanced review of the existing policy in line with international best practice and the economic realities of modern sports. Honorable Minister of Sports, on behalf of the 124 members of Congress and the entire football family, I respectfully appeal to you to champion a constructive review of this policy. We believe it is possible to establish a regulatory framework that protects the public interest whilst creating reasonable commercial opportunities for football. The willingness of reputable companies to invest in our game already exists. What is needed now is a regulatory environment that allows Ghana football to benefit from this investment for the good of the sport and for our dear nation. Appreciation to our sponsors. They didn't clap, eh? I honestly think the goodies are too much. So thinking that more money may come from that industry, maybe they don't want it. Honorable Minister, permit me to once again draw your attention to an issue that has significant implications for the financial sustainability of Ghana football. Oh, no, I think I've picked that already. I'm talking about the alcoholic companies, etc., etc. Now, I would want to say thank you to the companies who have been of immense support to football in the past 12 months. Adisa Productions Limited, MTN Ghana, X1 Energy Drink, Go Foods Ghana, GNBC, Metro Mass Transit, Jack Mos, Kivu Ghana, Universal Merchant Bank, JLab, GMPC, and of course, engineers and planners. Can we give it to them, please? We are also grateful to Bet Power, Malta Guinness, Puma, Decathlon, Pella, NASCO Electronics, Access Bank, KGF Foundation, and Goyle Ghana. Can we give it to them, please? Mr. Vice President, Honorable Sector Minister, countrymen and women, congressmen here in Guarded, as I draw my address to a close, allow me to express my deepest appreciation to each one of you for your presence, for your invaluable contributions, and your unwavering commitment to the advancement of Ghana football. Today's Congress has once again demonstrated that our greatest strength lies not in any one individual or institution, but in our unity of purpose. Together, we have celebrated our achievements, reflected honestly on our challenges, and renewed our collective resolve to build a football ecosystem that is stronger, more inclusive, more professional, and globally competitive. The progress we have made is encouraging, but our journey is far from complete. The road ahead will demand vision, courage, sacrifice, and above all, collective or collaboration among us. It will require every administrator, every club, every player, every coach, every supporter and partner play their part in shaping the future we all share. Now, as I close up, I also want to say thank you to Malcolm for their support, for being supportive of women's football, for being supportive of the Division I League. And as president of the Football Association, I reaffirm my unwavering commitment to serving our game with integrity, transparency, accountability, and purpose. Together, let us continue to protect the values of our sport, invest boldly in the domestic game, invest in our future, empower the next generation, and create opportunities that will inspire millions of young Ghanaians to be the next Abedi Peles, the next Stephen Appiahs, and the next Golden Boys. I thank our government, our sponsors, our partners. I thank our executive director from WAFOB, from traveling all the way from Abidjan to be here with us, our RFA chairman, congressmen and women here in present, and every member of the football family for believing in this shared vision. Together, we are writing a new chapter in the history of the Ghanaian game, one defined by excellence, opportunity, and lasting success. May God continue to bless our efforts, bless the Ghana Football Association, bless our beloved game, and bless Ghana. Thank you. Okay. Hello. So that was a speech by the president. Can we clap for him, please? We move to item number 8, which is approval of the minutes of the preceding Congress. The minutes were sent as part of the convocation. I'm sure all of us received copies of the minutes, have gone through the entire document, and we did not obviously receive any comments on same. So we assume that the minutes of the previous Congress has been approved. GS.
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you very much. We move to item number 9, activity report containing the activities since the last Congress by the General Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll do a video presentation of the activity report.
Okay, so
activity report for 2020.
Activity report. Let me just make this announcement and seek your permission for and on behalf of the sector minister. I think he's been here with us since the beginning. He's delivered a wonderful speech. I'm sure he's also happy with what he's heard from my speech, because clearly both speeches are in tune with each other. And at this point, he would want to crave your indulgence to leave us, as he has another important national assignment to attend. So he will leave us, and as we usher him out, we would be ready to roll out the activity report for the just ended season. Thank you. So we will take a break for 10 minutes and then
for
we'll come back.
2025-2026 season. Let's begin from the corridors of the Football Association President